Hope Channel Zambia, television that changes lives. Welcome to our main news bulletin. My name is Teresa Kaseka. Now we are going to take a look at stories making headlines. North Zambia field trains 85 people in fish farming. Central Zambia Conference inspects Freedom Park Seventh-day Adventist Church in readiness for church dedication. Inspiration Chorale Ministry raises 11,000 kwacha for fellow singers. And National Road Fund Agency releases 3.8 million kwacha for road maintenance in Kitwe City. Join me shortly.
Hello, beloved. There are times when life gives you or leads you in a rough patch, when you feel disconnected from the Lord. You suffer from spiritual leakage. You feel like you're all by yourself. You are disconnected from the source of all power. Have you been there? I have been there. How did I get encouraged? Many times I've listened to the word of God given by different men. Well, Voice of Prophets gives you an opportune time. This is the time when the trumpet is given a distinct and certain sound, sounding certain messages for this messy age. Catch us on Voice of Prophecy on Friday at 2000 hours. The repeat runs every Sabbath at 1830 hours. God bless.
Hope Channel Zambia, television that changes lives.
A program to train members of the community in fish farming is underway in Mbala, Northern Province. The Adventist Men Organization under the Seventh-day Adventist Church is conducting a training to over 85 members of the community in fish farming in Mbala District, Northern Province. Zambia Aquaculture Cooperative Chairperson and the fish farming trainer Collins Kachaka says the initiative is meant to empower members of the community with knowledge so that they can sustain their livelihoods. He appealed to government to help finance a good number of people engaged in fish farming through the Citizen Economic Empowerment Corporation, CEEC. And Northern Province Permanent Secretary Bernard Mpundo has thanked the Seventh-day Adventist Church for the initiative and pledged government support towards the cause.
Water! Water! Water!
We need to exploit this water to create jobs and reduce poverty. And the way to do that is to organize seminars of this nature so that our people and our parents who have the water should be able to harness this water for aquaculture, through fish ponds, through cages, through pens. Now, sir, these 85 people who are here have been empowered in fish farming. We are trainers in the whole country. We train even people in the region. And therefore, we appeal to you, our peers, to do all you can, sir, our leader, so that these men and women can be assisted with funds. And the funds in the government, we have heard on television, in newspapers, the funds are everywhere. Through the Ministry of Fisheries and Livestock, through the CEEC, the funds are there.
Yes, we want this fish industry to grow. We have the knowledge. Where is the resources? And I think that is the biggest question that begs answers as you come out of that door, go to your various places. It is true, government is encouraging people to go into this industry. It is not encouraging without providing certain interventions. One, under CEC, the church, I don't know, maybe we think we are too holy. We don't participate in the national, in getting the national cake. We always confine ourselves in a group. Every day. Yes, he will come, but he does not want you to stay poor.
We are here to be trained in fish farming. Why? Because one of our mandate is community service as men in the Seventh Adventist Church. And so we have 4 phases in terms of community service. And one of the phases, it talks about man development and also economical development. And that's why we are here, so that the men in the church can be equipped on how to look after themselves and also the community. On this community service, they are required to train people in skills that can help them to have a continuous livelihood.
Meanwhile, North Zambia Field Seventh-day Adventist Church President Pastor Samuel Sinyangwe encouraged attendance of the meeting to be practical as they undergo lessons in fish farming. He also encouraged them to take agriculture serious, as it is one sector that can contribute meaningfully to the country's food basket.
People are ever learning, but never coming to what? Knowledge. To knowledge. Abantu baleyafe ku sukulu, getting papers after paper, paper after paper, paper after paper. Material babwela, they can't even produce a matchstick. Can't produce a matchstick. Eh? When Tungulusha Surukasha na Isoka. Teachers teaching agriculture don't even have a garden. What kind of a generation is this one? Number, bantu di momulingira mu abula backyard yenu yabani demo. Mweba na bonze mweba lesambira agriculture. Let's go behind my garden. I think basa tabako atafie fintu mumutwe. Balabula nefe bakwata mumutwe bafika mwisa mu practical. Echo tulineshuko ukufikirisha echo twatendeke kuna konde elo kana posenshita natukwata abo twalalanshanya na bonomba in a practical sense. Kulia kuna konde ali ni theory. Nomba patuishire elo nenchende shimbi uko tukaya twala demonstrate pakwe bati no ushaishirenge shiba.
Copperbelt Province Minister Elisha Matambo on Monday this week engaged in an open discussion with Ndola Church mother bodies at Anglican Church in Ndola on the recent social media reports on homosexuality that have been happening in some parts of the country. A number of church organizations, the Muslim community, and a youth group spoke against homosexuality and said they will not allow that to happen in Zambia. Reverend Chilekwa Mulenga, who spoke on behalf of other church mother bodies, said the church will not allow homosexuality in the country based on the fact that Zambia was declared a Christian nation. And in his response, Mr. Matambo said government will not allow homosexuality in the country and indicated that the Republican president, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, believes in holy matrimony of a marriage between man and woman, and also indicated that President Hichilema is committed to upholding morals in the country. Details in the following report.
Zambia will continue being a Christian nation, and we are saying a ban to homosexuality is not welcome. We don't want it. We are not interested. We will continue being a Christian nation. A ban homosexuality. A ban homosexuality.
Islamic Supreme Council of Zambia, I will strongly say we are against this evil act. Honorable Minister, I thank you for your coming, and please get the information from each and everyone here so that you can address this matter, and let us ensure that the police can have this message, and let us all pray that
an appeal to your office and the police command in the province that homosexuality activities are not given room to take root in our province. We are saying no. The church is aware of recent cases of sodomy. The youth self-mentioned because they're everywhere. They're very concerned. There are these cases being reported, and we don't wish to see this vice grow in our province and in our nation. Through the media present here today, that the church stand ready to help citizens misled into thinking homosexuality is an orientation or a born thing. It's never.
Upholds family values of holy matrimony between man and woman. The head of state strongly upholds family values of holy matrimony between man and woman. Amen. This has been underscored by him being a strong Christian faith advocate and his personal role as a Seventh-day Adventist church elder. Amen. Those who didn't know, His Excellency President Akainde is a church elder in Seventh-day Adventist church.
Kitwe City Council has handed over 5 skip bins to Chisokone market authorities for the management of waste in the trading area. The event embraced the commemoration of the World Clean-Up Day last week, Sunday, 17 September 2022. Kitwe City Council handed over 5 skip bins as part of the World Clean-Up Day activities that took place last Sabbath. The council joined the rest of the world in commemorating the World Clean-Up Day, an event that unites millions of volunteers, governments and organizations in 191 countries to tackle the global waste problem and build up a new and sustainable world. Speaking during the handover at the Chisokone One-Way, Kitwe City Mayor Mwayampasa reminded traders to keep their trading spaces clean.
Chasharira imwe bamayo ukweba ati tubombere chapamo tuleteleni amafya twala umfwa tubombere chapamo na munga twamira tipyangeni na chibakuli kwa nkoko kulioko bale chichenko ko abati ashiwesu eko na umfwa tilelo elo bawami apo icho kwena cha musebanya pantu inenga na mayo wenu nga city mada wenu ndela ndokweba ati okupyanga te chintu tufile tulela ndapo imwe na ine ndishiba tukupyanga chimofe no kupema.
And Kitwe City Town Clerk, Mr. Patrick Kambita, has implored traders to utilize the skip bins and discard waste responsibly.
Now, the biggest appeal I want to make to all of you, ladies and gentlemen, is this. Just one word. Garbage is supposed to be thrown in the bins. Because that's the biggest problem we have. We have had a number of bins put in strategic places in our CBD. You find that the bin is empty, but the garbage has been thrown or littered around about the bin. So that's one thing that we need to work against.
And the Chisokone trader thanked the authority for this gesture.
Amen.
Konso konga wamaluba patapana pa kutira kwena no mkulo tapabe so chikalapo so bakanso mtuali letu atotela sana.
Reporting for Hope Channel News, this is Teresa Kaseka. In related news, Ndola Mayor Jones Kaliati has commended various groups for participating in the general cleaning exercise as a way of commemorating the World Clean-Up Day. Mr. Kaliati thanked stakeholders for their timely response to the invitation to participate in the World Clean-Up Day, which took place in various public places in Ndola. He has described this year's World Clean-Up Day theme as a chance to learn and understand what needs to be done to dispose waste in the rightful places. Mr. Kaliati further urged the business owners to clean and dispose waste in the right way. This year, the World Clean-Up Day was held under the theme, "Let's join our hands for a waste-free world."
We have distributed ourselves in different markets. Some team is in Indeke, some team in Bamozi, in Chifuvu, in Chipulukusu. All different areas we've distributed ourselves so that we participate in the commemoration of the World Cleanup Day, whose theme is "Let's join hands for a waste-free world." It is important, and I wish to urge our people in Ndola that this is a chance that we have to learn as we commemorate and understand that we've got to be disposing waste in designated areas. Waste has been a nuisance the world over. We need it as a lifestyle. We need to know how to dispose of the waste. We need to be cleaning our areas. It should be a lifestyle. It should never be a one-off thing, a one-day thing, such as today. Even as we live, I wish to urge the marketeers, our business community here, that we continue this lifestyle of cleaning and disposing waste in the right places.
As a council, as a country, as the world, we are commemorating the World Clean-Up Day. So a word of encouragement to the residents of Ndola is that this will not just happen like today. We should keep it a lifestyle, and it should start from our homes. From our homes, it goes to our communities and also our towns and the nation and the world at large. So we are grateful for the people that have participated with us today, but also to mention that we're in various areas, not just Twapia markets, but a number of places within Ndola. I think the issue is we have decentralized this effort to reach out to a number of communities around the city of Ndola.
The Inspiration Chorale of Ndola has raised 11,000 kwacha to help some of their members whose items got burnt when the fire gutted Kapalala market recently. In an interview with Hope News, Copperbelt Zambia Conference Ministerial Secretary Pastor John Mulungwe disclosed that a 4,000 kwacha was earlier raised during the combined Ndola camp meeting. The program was held under the theme Helping Hand. More details in the following report.
Some of the marketeers were present as choir members from Masala Complex Choir, which is near Kapalala Market. They recounted on what had happened on that fateful 16th August 2022.
Twalikukire okuya musagwe mpulongana twashire twabona imshonale shalimbalala ifpefielsionse twashire twabika mu storage twamkulongana twakuka kwa mutini after twafuma service ya bushuku efo twashire mfwa fifuni batini atikuno market kubashere kumeni
During that period, we were in the camp meeting at the trade fair grounds. And so, while there, we organized the church to enter into prayer. And also, they contributed something mounting to 4,000 kwacha. And then that money was given to the fire victims.
It is after this sad incident that happened. That's when the inspiration for our ministry came up with the idea of helping our sisters who lost their merchandise.
During the Helping Hand music program, the Inspiration Chorale Ministry Board Chairperson had this to say.
Inspiration Chorale initiative to trying to find a way to reach out to colleagues that have lost all what they've lived for.
Earlier on, the Copperbelt Zambia Conference Personal Ministries Director, Pastor Chifumbe Kapenya, gave spiritual encouragement through his sermon.
Suggesting to you, my brother, my sister, that what brings Jairus to Jesus is not faith but desperation. What motivates Jairus Jairus is not belief in Jesus, but his situation of a breakpoint.
The statistics indicates that 26 Seventh-day Adventist church members are among 100 marketeers whose items got burnt to ashes at Kapalala Masala Market in Ndola. The Helping Hand music program was spiced with music from the invited singing groups and financial contributions from singers, including some well-wishers. For it's written, "Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy." Moses Mambo reporting for Hope News in Ndola.
Copperbelt Zambia Conference Stewardship Director, Pastor Chifumbe Kapenya, conducted an inspection at Freedom Park Seventh-day Adventist Church in Kitwe, which is slated for dedication next month. Pastor Kapenya expressed delight with the works achieved by the church so far. Details in the following report.
The importance of dedicating a church building is that we are putting it aside for holy use. We are marking it out as God's grounds. And so dedicating a church is very important.
These are the sentiments by Copperbelt Zambia Conference Stewardship Director, Pastor Chifumbe Kapenya. On Monday, 19th September 2022, Pastor Kapenya conducted an inspection at Freedom Park SDA Church in Kitwe, which is slated for dedication next month. In his address to the building committee members, Pastor Kapenya expressed delight over the great attainment of works by the church.
Freedom Park congregation is lined up to be dedicated as a church. The building will be dedicated. And so part of the process, the conference needs to come to the ground and appreciate the workings around the building, the furniture, and everything that comes together to make a good church dedication. I'm glad to inform you that the church is so far at 90%. The inside furniture, it's perfect and it's modern.
However, a few recommendations were made.
Some of the recommendations that have been made are that we would want to see more ventilation in terms of air conditioning, controlled air conditioning. We would also want to see that there are more public convenience rooms. The good part is that everything is in motion.
And building committee member Edwin Mukonga had this to say.
In terms of the main worship hall, we can say we are 100%. We still have a bit of work to do outside in terms of landscaping, which we are working on completing by the end of next year.
Meanwhile, Freedom Park Church Pastor Victor Banda described it as an honor to be part of the great achievement.
It is a great and rare occasion that does not happen very often in the lifetime of pastors and even church members. And so to be a pastor and a pastor in the office at a time of dedication, it's a great privilege. It reminds us of those moments when Solomon was dedicating the temple to the Lord after building it for 7 years, and God's people have done their part and prayers have been made, and now we are looking for this grand occasion when we will celebrate the dedication of the temple. It's indeed a special moment.
Among the items inspected was the general church structure, rooms of convenience, children's chapel, furniture, among many others. Natasha Mwinga, Hope News in Kitwe.
We now break for a commercial. Please stay tuned.
Our Father in heaven, geheiligt werde dein Name.
나라의 임하옵시며
Нехай буде воля Твоя.
Dinhi sa yuta, maingon man sa langit.
Danos hoy nuestro pan de cada día. எங்கள் கடன்களை எங்களுக்கு மன்னியும்.
Seperti kami juga mengampuni orang yang bersalah kepada kami.
Não nos deixes cair em tentação.
救我们脱离凶恶。
Căci a Ta este împărăția.
Nakutushende wenyu, nesimba, nekubwinya, nekusingapheli.
Amin.
Amen.
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 Welcome back. The National Road Fund Agency, NRFA, has given Kitwe City Council 3.8 million kwacha towards road maintenance works on various township roads in the city. This was confirmed by Kitwe City Council Public Relations Manager Ms. Mwaka Nakweti in a statement released on 14 September 2022. Many main roads in Kitwe are an eyesore and a nightmare for road users who have little influence on helping the bad state of these roads. For some, there is no other way but to pass through the challenge of receiving the bad effects of these undesired roads. Kitwe City Council has received 3.8 million kwacha from the National Road Fund Agency, NRFA, for the maintenance of various township roads in the city of Kitwe. Public Relations Manager Ms. Mwaka Nakweti confirmed this last week. She said the local authority, through Copperbelt Energy Corporation, CEC, has embarked on routine road maintenance to improve infrastructure and security in the city.
Kitwe City Council has received 3.8 million kwacha from the National Road Fund Agency for the year 2022 for the maintenance of various township roads across the city, and these will include Independence Road, Old Airport Road, Nakambala Road, Kantanta, and many other roads across the city. You would also be interested to note that the local authority, through the Copperbelt Energy Corporation, has embarked on routine road maintenance and installation of solar streetlights on Kitwe's Central Street. The works have been necessitated to improve both the status of the road as well as to improve visibility, especially at night. In the same vein, using the local government equalization fund as a local authority, we have engaged a contractor to install solar lights on the Chisokone One-Way, Matuka Avenue, as well as Kingston Roads. The lights will improve security for our Chisokone traders, but other than that, it will also extend the operating hours.
Ms. Nakweti has also confirmed that the authority has organized funds for the procurement of materials for maintenance works and other amenities.
On the other hand, the local authority has also pumped in 2 million kwacha from locally sourced funds for the procurement of pothole patching materials and other amenities. Our call to members of the public is to be patient with the local authority, even as we are conducting the routine road maintenance. Obviously, we cannot be in all the places at the same time, but the local authority will indeed move in to ensure that the status of the roads has been improved.
Reporting for Hope Channel News, Teresa Kaseka. The Northern Zambia Union Conference Youth Ministries Director, Pastor Angel Chipulu, on Sabbath 17 September 2022 conducted a tour across some churches in Kitwe in commemoration of the World Pathfinder Day. Details in the following report.
Pathfinders across the globe commemorated their day on Saturday, 17 September 2022. On this special day, the Northern Zambia Union Conference Youth Ministries Director, Pastor Angel Chipulu, took time to visit various churches in Kitwe. In his address to the congregants, Pastor Chipulu encouraged them to always be in partnership with God.
God was proving to Gideon that is not a God of quantity, is a God of quality. That's why God is not looking for weaker soldiers. He's looking for soldiers that can depend upon God. As pathfinders change the world, they will only change the world when they come into partnership with God. Because on our own, we don't have the power to change the world. On our own, we are weak. On our own, we are powerless. We become powerful when humanity blends with divinity.
During these commemorations, various presentations were made by the Pathfinders. At Riverview Church, the youths mounted a guard of honor for the director. At Luangwa Central Church, a few youths were given awards for their commitment to the youth ministries despite coming from non-Adventist homes. And at Kitwe Central Church, Pastor Chipulu was given the honor to take part in the cake cutting ceremony.
Game changers! Yes, we are the game changers! The preachers, the teachers, the anchors, the ministers of the word of the Lord. We are the game changers! We need to take action for communication and grab God's attention to be an addition and not a subtraction and deepen our relation with God.
Natasha Mwinga, Hope News in Kitwe.
17 September 2022 was a hive of activities in the Seventh-day Adventist Church worldwide as pathfinders and master guides took to pulpit and stage to showcase what they have learned and celebrate their day respectively. Mansa's Central Seventh-day Adventist Church was not exempted as it saw a pathfinder who stood up to preach and reminded the congregation that once a pathfinder, always a pathfinder. One of the veteran master guides, Elder James Kalevaila, encouraged parents and the church at large to support the ministry. He further encouraged those that have been in the society before but have left to come back and mentor the pathfinders. More in the following report.
17th September was a Pathfinder Day that saw many Pathfinders take to the stage and podium to go and showcase whatever they have learned in their ministry. And the veteran master guide took to the stage to also encourage parents who have little children to come and participate and bring them for pathfindering.
So for those people who still have little children like myself, we need this club. Because, you know, these people interact with a lot of people where we are not around. So they can only be in safe hands if they are with the friends, they are learning the same things. So despite of forsake this group at your own peril, I did a memory text, Proverbs chapter 22 verse 6, which was saying, train up the child in the way where they should go. Even when they depart, they won't forget God. Because, you know, as we grow up, there are a lot of things, the stumbling blocks we are going to pass through. So if we are grounded as little children, whether the storms of life can pull us here and there, we are going to still hold on. Like they did in the valley, when the waters swell during the rain season, they go like this, they reach, but they remain strong.
Parents, pathfind leaders, the ball is in your hands, the ball is in your court. It is your responsibility to teach and prepare the generous and deacons of tomorrow in this church. Children and adolescents who are just like today, but children and adolescents tomorrow will be the ones to lead the final battle of God's people. Secondly, those that were pathfinders and today are no longer pathfinders, I want to remind you that once a pathfinder, always a pathfinder. We want to count on you. We want to count on advice, your prayers, your resources, and your potential. We should not be the first to do bad. Where there is fighting, where there is insulting, where there is making noise. Pathfinders, are we together? Where there is making noise, we shouldn't be the ones in the forefront. But where there is good conduct, good behavior, excellent grades, good leadership, class monitors, what have you, that should be our steps. Growing in favor with God and man.
It was a delightful Sabbath for the Pathfinders of Chifubu East Seventh-day Adventist Church in Ndola West Mission District in Copperbelt, Zambia Conference, who decided to spend their celebration by visiting and donating to the Children's Hospital at Arthur Davison Children's Hospital in Ndola. Sister Harriet Nanyinza, who is a sister in charge at the hospital, was grateful for the gesture shown by the Pathfinders. Miss Nanyinza further urged the Pathfinders to continue with the noble work and encouraged them to visit the hospital again. And Copperbelt Zambia Conference Youth Ministries pastor Mubika Chiwawa encouraged and prayed for the patients. He thanked the sister in charge for allowing the Pathfinders to visit. Details in the following report.
On behalf of Youth Ministries of Seventh-day Adventist Copperbelt Zambia Conference for opening the doors so that we can also exhibit the love of God to our brothers and sisters who are suffering. It has given us a very good experience because there are some of us who never had that opportunity to see people who are suffering that way. But today in this Holy Sabbath, on this special day, which is Pathfinder Day, oh, I can see the Lord has done it. We are saying thank you so much.
We're so grateful for this gesture. Thank you very much. I think this should not end today. We hope to see you again. Please continue doing this charity work as it benefits everyone. It benefits even the patients that you came to see.
We did communicate to them at very short notice, but through the power of God, they did allow us to come through and render the help that we did this afternoon. Secondly, I would want to thank the youth leaders at church for the spirit that you have exhibited today. You must be aware that what you have done today is basically a seed that you have sown into the spirits of these children, that they shall grow with it.
Helping is a very respectful way of people knowing you, and also if we help others, they'll help us in the future. So let's be helpful and also kind to each and everyone, because we're all human beings, we make mistakes, and let us all continue in this path and seeing Jesus Christ until the end.
Solwezi North Mission District Pathfinders and Master Guides joined the rest of the world in commemorating the Pathfinder Global Day. The commemorations were the first ever since the creation of the new mission district. Kapaluka Luigi was on the ground and brought us this report.
Pathfinders in Solwezi North Mission District joined the rest of the Pathfinders in the world to celebrate their 72 years of existence. Changing the world was the theme for this year's World Pathfinder Day. Speaking to this reporter, Solwezi North Mission District Pathfinder Director Brilliant Katontoka said as a district, they are so excited to call it the first event of its kind.
District, we are so grateful with the help of our district pastor, who is giving us this momentum to lead the young people in our district. We want to bless God and continue to change the world. We want to say happy 72th anniversary Pathfinder Club. It's a wonderful club. Pathfinder, we are so grateful.
And District Master Guide Coordinator Mark Jerry called it a milestone for the 100 years of Master Guide existence. He said indeed it is a time for the young people to take it up and change the world.
It's been a great journey from 1922 to today, 2022. As a district, Solwezi North Mission District, we are so happy because we are commemorating this day for the first time. So as a district, we have joined the rest of the world to celebrate together.
Like Gideon, the young people of the church will truly change the world. For Solwezi North Mission District, I'm Kapaluka Luigi reporting.
Well, viewers, we have come to the end of our main news bulletin, but before we leave, a recap on stories that made headlines. North Zambia field trains 85 people in fish farming. Central Zambia Conference inspects Freedom Park Seventh-day Adventist Church in readiness for church dedication. Inspiration Chorale Ministry raises 11,000 for fellow singers. And National Road Fund Agency releases 3.8 million kwacha for road maintenance works. Well, viewers, we have come to the end of our main news bulletin today. On behalf of the entire production team, my name is Teresa Kaseka and my sign language interpreter, Colin Simpemba. Bye for now.